We're in the northern or the north slope of the Uintas near Humpy Peak, where on Saturday a snowmobiler was buried right here by this tree. Luckily his sled was buried just on the other side of these trees, caused a bunch of debris to pile up right there. So he otherwise he would have been fully buried, but in this case part of his airbag and his helmet was exposed.
As I got buried, I kind of had the wind knocked out of me, and I just remember I just felt like concrete around me. I couldn't move, and it was so hard for me to even breathe. It's like the snow was packed in so tight I couldn't like inhale or exhale.
His cousin, I think, was just up here, triggered the slide. Cousin was able to get off. The other kid who was down there was parked, saw the avalanche coming, first tried to start his sled, realized he didn't have time. Luckily, what he did realize he needed to do was he immediately pulled his airbag, inflated it.
I ended up getting stuck about halfway up the hill, and as my cousin was coming up to help me, he went up above me on the hill, and as he was coming back down, I just hear him start screaming.
And I just started yelling at him. I didn't know what I was saying. Probably just, there's an avalanche, look out.
It's like bloody murder. I could tell there was something wrong. I looked up, and the entire hill had just broken above me. So as the slide was coming down the hill, I pulled my bag before the slide got to me.
So his friend, I believe his cousin, came over and started digging him out. They had been riding on this slope quite a bit. Nothing had happened before it broke. The kid was parked about 100 feet above us, maybe 75, got carried down to here. Then his cousin came down, started digging him out. Then at that time, his dad came riding up and started digging him out. Luckily, he was conscious, breathing, and unharmed. But an important point is that he reported once the avalanche hit him, he said there's no way he would have been able to pull his airbag and deploy it. So it was really important that as soon as he saw the avalanche coming, he didn't hesitate and he deployed his airbag.
Which I'm glad I did that, because once it hit me, I felt like I got hit by a truck. I couldn't move, and there's no way I could have pulled my bag after I got hit.
Probably the number one thing is make sure, even if you go once a year or 10 times a year, have all the stuff. It might be expensive, but it's worth your friends or families or anybody's life.
The layering here is pretty simple. This is all the snow we got in December and the first part of January, and then it stopped. And this sat for almost 2 months and became weak and sugary. Basically any slope that was shaded and sheltered from sun and wind got this really weak sugary snow. And then here at the end of February and the beginning of March, we got this snow, and this is what created the avalanche, breaking on this weak sugary facets right here.
What would you tell people who saw the slide and kind of saw and recounted your accident?
Everything seemed so solid. We've been on that hill for so long before anything happened. We got caught with our pants down because we just didn't expect anything to happen.
The real take-home point here is that they've been riding in this whole area for about an hour and hadn't seen any signs of instability. But with the weak layer we have, just knowing it exists, knowing we're getting avalanches like this, is our main red flag.